Welcome to the Sharpe Show. So happy to have you with me this evening at 7 p.m. on the East Coast. Take that on time. Has not happened in a long time, but I have been able this last weekend to kind of catch up a little bit on work so I can not be as late, which is always good. I'm going out of my way to try to do as many shows as I can this week. I will be on tomorrow, by the way, at 1 p.m. Eastern on my radio show. So it's call in if you want to call in and say hi. But tonight, what I want to do is I want to chat, if I may, a little bit about what Mr. Elon Musk is doing. And some people are upset, clearly. This Doge is making some moves, I would say, maybe is the right way of saying it, making some moves, deciding to chat with certain people. And according to most Republicans, according to Marco Rubio, good. According to Democrats, the world is ending. It's probably somewhere in between those, is my guess. But it seems like it looks like the world is ending. But here's the problem. The problem is you've been telling us the world is ending since 2015, give or take, and definitely since 2023, you've been telling us the world's ending. And Democrats, sadly, have learned nothing. If you're a Democrat, I guess. If you're a Democrat, you should be very unhappy. You should be like, why do my people just keep screaming and getting mad and doing nothing? Why do they never have any answer but orange man bad? That's it. And the funny part is, for those of you who've been following me for a long time, if you've been following me for a long time, I see all the Republicans about that here in New York State all the time. That was my normal. That was my attack on Republicans here. I would always say New York State Republicans never have any answers. They just yell. They used to yell Cuomo bad. Right? They would just yell, Cuomo's bad. It's all they would ever do is yell Cuomo bad. And New Yorkers knew that they would yell Cuomo bad. And New Yorkers kept voting for Cuomo anyway. And if it wasn't for him being the butt grabber, he would still be our governor right now. So now you thought, okay, great. Well, here comes Kathy Hochul. Great. Now we'll have some policies as Republicans, do some cool things. No, Republicans went, Kathy Hochul bad. She's terrible. Did exactly the same thing. So everything the Republicans are doing here in New York State, which is losing, getting their ass kicked, never learning anything, just screaming Democrats bad. That's all they do. Democrats have said, why don't we try that nationally? Let's see how that works. Okay, wait, no. See, Republicans have been doing this in New York State for like a decade or so, and it has not worked at all. In fact, things are getting worse. They're getting their ass kicked more. Democrats went, yeah, but we could try it, and then maybe it will work. No, this does not work. Yelling at people, calling them names, which is all they do, is not going to work. That's not how that works. You might say, but Larry, Trump's ideas are crazy. They're nutty. It's this Doge thing and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay. But whether you like it or not, it's an answer, right? I mean, look, clearly I don't like a lot of answers that Kathy Hochul has, but she's got them, just like Trump's got them. And who's winning? The person with the answers. Even if they're bad answers, the person with the answers is the person who tends to win. The person who yells, other guy bad, tends to not win. So, yes, tends to not win. So I want to go one step further. Most people aren't shocked. Right, I watched a little bit of Breaking Points today, and Sagar and Crystal were talking about this. And I am so disappointed in Crystal these last couple of months. I mean, she did what so many people who lean left have done. I respect far more the people like Sabrina Salvati, the people like Brianna Joy Gray, and you may go, whoa, Larry, these guys love. Yeah, absolutely, but I respect them more. Why? Because they actually just push forward on left. They're like, it is the left. We must push forward left. We're not going to accept the stupid, crazy Democrats. We're going to push left. We want leftist answers, regardless of what we want. They push forward. They were like back in Jill Stein or Cornel West. Now, again, you may not like those people, but That actually makes sense. That is intellectually honest. And I respect that more. Krista went, oh, Democrats are bad. By the way, vote Kamala. What? What? I thought you said Democrats bad. Yeah, but Trump evil, so vote Kamala. Like so many did. Like Destiny did. Like Vosh did. Like so many did. Sadly, like Dan from the internet. Now, Dan is also a lefty. You guys remember Dan from a couple weeks ago. He's a hardcore lefty. He's not a Democrat. Well, he became one, sadly. But he's not. He's hardcore left. And he was like, vote Harris. So was Ole. They were like, vote Harris. Right? Just terrible. And that is what makes Democrats stay as bad as they are, because the Democratic Party is so authoritarian. Not that the Republicans aren't, but I should be very clear. The Democratic Party establishment, I should be clearer. Let me clarify that. The Republican Party establishment is actually fighting amongst itself with Trump, both trying to gain control. The Democratic establishment, completely in charge, utterly in charge, not even close. No one is messing with them at all. Again, I say this 1,000 times, it really doesn't matter. They got their butt kicked last year by any account, whether you might go, oh, it wasn't the mandate, does not matter. They got their butt kicked last year by any way you want to swing it, whether you want to agree or not that Trump has a mandate. I don't care. You can agree whatever you want. The reality of it is, though, either way, they lost, which means there should be some changes. None. So what I want to do is I want to show you the Democrats' answer. Well, in theory, answer. And I want to chat about it because it's, I think, like gold, right? Like just gold. Yes, Andrea says, rumor has it Destiny may be in trouble. Yeah, I'll use the acronym. There's a chance that he may need to open up a PDF file. You know what that means. You know what a PDF file is? Possible. That's the rumor. I don't know if that's true, but that is a rumor people are talking about. I've been on Destiny's show twice. Did not seem to be a thing. He is openly, for those of you who don't know Destiny, he is a very popular YouTuber, used to be a Twitch, I think he's still a Twitch streamer, I think. Started as a gamer, kind of became more of a kind of like a debate bro, that type. He is openly, I guess, polyamorous and will sleep with any gender, doesn't care openly that way, happen to do that. So I think that's his issue, which again, that's not illegal as long as it's consensual. I don't care. But the rumor is PDF file. That's the rumor. So yeah, I don't know if that's true. I've never seen that myself. He is open about his carnal desires. He's open. He had an open marriage for many years, and then his wife publicly left him, which sucks. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens and what will happen and how that works. But I want to bring it up because that's a rumor, and I know Destiny, and I've never seen him to be that way. I hope it's not true. That's what I will say. I don't know if it's true. I hope it's not true. To my knowledge, he's never done anything non-consensual with anybody. So let's hope that's true. So this is Democrats talking. They're going to tell you some stuff. Listen up, guys.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm proud to be joined.
He's proud. Where have I heard it before? Every single time they speak, pride and hard work. Every time.
By Senators Murray, Warren, Schatz, and Wyden.
Okay.
Now,
keep going.
Before our very eyes, before our very...
He has to read this again. These guys have to read this all the time. What good are you if you can't ever speak from the heart? These guys always just read stuff. It's really embarrassing. Now, you've been a senator for how many years? And you can... I've been doing this for what? 5 years now? I've been doing this show? 6 years now. I've been doing this show for 6 years now. I can do it.
Very eyes, an unelected shadow government is conducting a hostile takeover.
Dan, we got an unelected shadow government that is conducting a hostile takeover. Okay, well, then who's getting arrested? Right? Who's getting arrested? Like someone's got to get arrested, right? If there's a shadow government conducting a hostile takeover, I know he'd never exaggerate or have any hyperbole.
The federal government.
Okay.
Last Friday, DOJ forcefully gained access to the Treasury Department's payment systems.
Oh my God, they went and kicked doors in with guns. Actually, no, they didn't. They just knocked on the door and came in. That's fine.
And to the most sensitive information of virtually every U.S. citizen.
Okay. Didn't Elon already have that through Twitter?
Donald Trump basically handed Doge the Social Security data
Okay.
of virtually every American citizen.
Okay.
Donald Trump gave Doge access to America's personal tax refund data.
Look at that.
He gave Doge access to people's Medicare and Medicaid benefits, disability payment data, veteran benefit data.
Okay.
Hi.
Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. I got the wrong one. I got it. Whoops. I did not realize that. Hold on one second. I put on the wrong one. Let me swap that out. I did not realize that. Let me quickly swap that out. I apologize. I was on the wrong one. I am sorry. Let me pop this out. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to pop it. I apologize for that, guys. There won't be there. I give you enough commercials. I don't require to give you any more. So I will give you, excuse me, no extra commercials at all. You get enough.
To America's personal tax refund data. He gave Doge access to people's Medicare and Medicaid benefits, disability payment data, veteran benefit data.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. He makes this sound like the world's ending, right? Number one, if Elon Musk wanted to buy all that data, he would do so. You know this. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just going to be realistic. He would do so. Second, everybody knew that he was going to come in and do something like this. And this is what Crystal was talking about, which made me so upset about Crystal. She was talking about things like, and people didn't vote for this. Yes, they did. But they didn't vote for him to stop X, Y, and Z. People didn't care. People said, come on in, break shit. We don't care. It's broken. It doesn't work. You haven't fixed it in decades. We don't care what happens. Yes.
Worst of all, we don't know what Doge intends to do with this information.
What are you going to do?
If you want to know how an unelected shadow government operates, look no further than Doge.
Now, that is dangerous to say. Why dangerous to say? Because, again, Democrats say the same thing. You have to be elected. In their broken-ass, gerrymandered system where you have to raise $1 bazillion to get elected, where they kept RFK Jr. off the ballot. He dropped $20 million, where they did not run a primary. Unelected. They didn't run a primary. They didn't give the Democrats their own chance to vote for anybody. For him to say that, wow. To think that we give a crap about it anyway. The elected people suck. Let me say it again. You're all elected. You all suck. It doesn't matter. Elect doesn't mean anything. Well, we're elected. Yes, you're elected and you suck. And we can't get rid of you because you rigged the system. So you got elected. Now you suck. And you go, well, everyone else has to be elected. No, we don't care. We don't care. People don't care. Do it. Break it all. We don't care.
Doge staffers, whomever they are, now have unprecedented access to the most sensitive payment data in the entire federal government.
And that data was for us to screw you over. Now someone else has that data. Okay, hold on. I'm not going to let these guys screw you over. We screw you over. That's how it works. So Kim brings up a great point. Thank you for being a member, Kim. The swamp isn't elected either. Yes, that is accurate. The swamp is just selected by people who were elected. Who was Elon? What's Elon's deal? He was selected by the guy who was elected. So you can get mad all you want. You can get upset, but it doesn't matter. The people who are in USAID, the people who are in, all these areas, it doesn't matter. None of them are elected. They're all selected by the people who are elected. Elon was selected by the guys who was elected. There's no difference. You can be mad at it if you want to, but it's exactly the same idea. Yes. Andrew, thank you for being a member also. The bureaucrats weren't elected and have been ruling without oversight. This is what most people think. This is what most people think. The AC says, yeah, I don't know what Elon's going to do with all of that, but he'll probably just stop everyone's Social Security payments and we'll see what happens. Here's the issue, AC, is he might. It's possible. But the issue is, if he does it and Americans fight back and go, what the hell's wrong? He's just screwed Donald Trump over if he does it, right? If he does, and Americans go, I'll deal with the pain. Just fix this. then we'll know. And I don't know what's going to happen before with you. My example of that happening is Argentina. When Milei came in, he trashed stuff. And initially, people were hurting. There's no doubt. Look, I'm a Milei fan, but I also have eyes. I can see the data. People in Argentina, when he came aboard, were hurting. That's true. Absolutely. It's been a year, and overall, Argentina's better. Overall, people still support him. He's still a popular president, and he trashed. So the issue is, if he does something like that, and he might, I don't know. That's not beyond him doing it. Will Americans go, do it? I'll take the price. We got to fix this. Or will they go, hell no, let's fight back? To be forward, I don't know, AC. I don't know. I could see Americans going, whatever, do it. I could see them doing it. Things were broken up for about a day or so. People didn't go nuts. People didn't go nuts. They didn't. They were like, oops, can we fix it? And they did. So not crazy. Not crazy. So let me keep going.
With no transparency, with no guardrails.
You have no transparency or guardrails. Do you know who he put in charge of USAID? Marco Rubio. That's the Secretary of State. Why? Because USAID had no guardrails. They would just give all the money away whenever they felt like it. Openly just said so. They were literally called, this is a quote, uncooperative. So you take, I think their budget, I think it's 30 billion is their budget plus whatever other goodies we throw at them. So 30 billion plus whatever else we throw at them. That's their budget. And they just do what they want. And he's like, no transparency. They don't have it either. USAID is a CIA front. We know this to be true. No one's fighting that. The hypocrisy in this is insane. And people, I'm telling you, there's a bunch of people. And sadly, someone I'm so disappointed in, Crystal is one of them who's like, yeah, they're not elected. And it's not transparent. Before it wasn't. And think about how bad the system has to be for us as Americans to go, I don't care. I don't care. That happened.
And guess what? The one independent watchdog who could have provided oversight was fired.
He wasn't providing oversight. Was he? He wasn't. That's the problem. Here's what I'm going to ask all of them. Great. If tomorrow Elon gets thrown out of the government and you put him at Gitmo and he's gone, great. What is your answer? And let me tell you what their answer is. Business as usual. That is why they're failing, because they don't have an answer. And again, I go back to Brianna Joy Gray. I go back to Sabrina Salvati. They have an answer. They will push. They will push things like Medicare for all. They will push UBI all day on. Again, I don't agree with that, but they have an answer. They didn't go, we'll just vote for Harris and hope they don't bomb Gaza as much, I guess, and that's it. They went, no, we want someone who will give us what we want. I have more respect for that. They have an answer, right? They will sit back and go, no, here's my answer. What do these guys got? Nothing. They just don't want their money going away.
By Donald Trump over a week ago. The Treasury Secretary must revoke Doge's access to the Treasury payment system at once.
Okay, he just said there's a shadow government and they're attacking and whatever. So why aren't you asking for Musk to be arrested? I'm serious. Why won't you ask him to be arrested, right? You should. He's taking over the government, right? You just told me. He has access. He stole all this stuff. Why aren't you saying put him in jail? Why aren't you asking for a warrant for his arrest? Why isn't Congress making a warrant, setting up saying, look, we want a resolution. We want a warrant for his arrest. Why not? You could do it.
If not, Congress must act immediately.
Oh, okay, we can do it.
That is why Leader Jeffries and I are working together on legislation, which we will introduce to stop unlawful meddling in the Treasury Department's pay.
So here's his answer. This is how stupid he is and how he's learned nothing, and how, without question, a bunch of mainstream Democrats are like, yeah, that's the answer. So we have a broken healthcare system. Why didn't you work together to fix that? No, you won't do that. No, won't do that. We literally are throwing money at foreign wars like there's no tomorrow. Where's the answer for that? Nothing. We're not gonna do that. But again, I tell you all the time, now you're messing with his money. What he cares about is his money. I wish I was joking, but I'm not joking. So we struggle, we suffer. Housing is outlandish. Where's his plan to fix that? Why didn't he go, we're gonna legislation to fix? No. When I spoke with Dan a couple of weeks ago, what did both of us agree upon? 100% we agreed upon something, and that was you have to fix the environment and the people and the economy and the system. It's broken. People are hurting. People are struggling. We have a fentanyl problem. Clearly we do. Obviously we do. We have an addiction problem. Where's your bipartisan legislation to stop that? Oh, we don't care about any of that. We got a housing problem across the country. Where's that? Nowhere. But they messing with our money. We're going to stop that because that's what matters. What matters is my money. You messing with my money, we're making laws. Now, oh, you guys are all dying. You guys can't get houses. You guys don't have jobs. You guys are in trouble and we're sending money someplace else. Prices are going up. Yeah, whatever, orange man bad. That'll do. That'll do. That's it. Nothing. No answer. And mainstream Democrats will buy this. I hope that you far left guys, I know some of you are watching. I hope that you far lefties who are watching, I hope you've learned your lesson and you abandon this party and you get behind the Brianna Joy Grays and you get behind the Salvina Salvatis. You get behind those people who are actual leftists who want to break this system too. They go, Larry, you're not a leftist. I'm not. But if the system is broken, whoever breaks the system helps everybody. Helps everybody. The system makes sure none of us can get through. That's how it works. That's how it works. I talked to a Secretary of State last week when I was in DC. The Secretary of State told me to my face, no, we're not changing any ballot access laws. We want to make sure Republicans keep winning. He said that to my face, openly, in front of his other staff. They were like, yep, nod their heads. It was a red state, obviously. If it was a blue state, he would have said Democrats, right? This is not an anti-Republican, anti-Democrat. This is an anti-establishment. He was like, no, we're not changing anything. And I explained how it's unfair, he's like, I don't care. Literally, I said how voices of the people did not care at all. Didn't care at all. He was like, nope. I want Republicans to win. Now, again, if it was a blue state, he would have said Democrats. Don't care. Don't mess with their money. That's all they care about. Adrian, thank you so much for being a member. Adrian says, I like to listen to Savvy sometimes, but I can't listen to Crystal. I know. I will listen to Ryan Grimm. Yes. The issue with Crystal recently, I don't know if any of you watch Breaking Points, but the issue with it is she's just so goddamn smug. She's becoming MSNBC, which is just so hard to watch. See it. So hard to watch because they're becoming so smug. And the CNN is worse. Yes. Anyway, so there we go. Kitty says, thank you for being a member, Kitty. I used to consider myself far left, but what I really was anti-establishment. That's my exact point. A lot of people think, and they're wrong on this, they think that when all of the censorship popped up, that it was all right-wingers who got censored. They did, but it wasn't just that. Far left people got, and you know this, Kitty, if you were around, I'm assuming you were, far left also got shadow banned, also got canceled. Anti-establishment is what got canceled. The difference is Twitch was still there for many on the left. Twitch really wasn't there for the right. So the right wasn't able to transition fast enough. The right had to go to like a Rumble or a Parler, and then Parler got shut down. So as the right was trying to shift, it didn't shift fast enough. It did shift, but not fast enough. The left shifted faster because it had Twitch. So it jumped right to Twitch. And they had guys like Hassan and guys like that. So the left, the further left actually had a faster switch than the right did. Now the right has switched also. Now again, they both switched now, but there was a time when they were both in trouble. Where the right was more in trouble than the left. So it seemed like they were only crushing the right, but they were crushing both. Everything anti-establishment was getting trashed, and these guys are exactly that.
Payment systems. We must protect people's Social Security payments, their Medicare payments, tax refunds from any possible tampering by Doge or any other unauthorized.
So Doge is going to go there. He's going to go in and stop all your payments, I guess.
Entities.
Okay.
Let's be very clear. Doge is not a real government agency.
See that it's not real. Only he's real. Right? Only he's real. The rest of you guys ain't real. You're not real. Only he's real. Grab a couple comments if I could. Let me head over. Excuse me. That little lady over on Rumble says, that's cute coming from him about shadow government. Yes. Thank you. That is, yeah, what a story that is. Let's see here. Over on Instagram, John says, just the private sector third party essentially doing an audit to cut poor government. The IRS people aren't elected either. Yes, yes, and yes. 100% true. Yes. Mac Dade says, I personally trust Elon and Doge at the moment. However, you cannot justify invasion of Americans' privacy with, well, the Dems did it before. True. No, you're right. You're right. But the problem is most people are like you. They are, they are worried about that, right? They are worried about that. So McDade says, bad take, Larry Sharpe. We care about privacy. Okay. Most Americans, to be forward with you, I do clearly. Most Americans actually don't. And I don't mean to be cruel, but they're happy to give TikTok all their stuff. It's clear. It is clear that most Americans don't. Some do. I'm one of them. I do. But the fact that Elon Musk has to go in and rip everything apart, how do I know he's taking it? They don't know this, right? That's my point. They actually don't know if he's done this or not. What they're saying is he has access to. That's an accurate statement. He does have access to it. Is he using it? Maybe. Is he not? Maybe. I don't know. Their assumption is, how dare someone unauthorized have access to this? MacDade, they have access to it. And they will use it. And I know this from personal experience. For those of you who know, and what's making me busy right now, crazy busy, is I'm on a criminal case. And the government, what the government will do, not Elon Musk, what the government will do, MacDade, is take all of your data, go through every single text message you've ever sent. I'm not joking. Every Facebook, every WhatsApp, if they can get it, everything, pull stuff out of context and post in front of a jury and put you in federal prison for 10 years or more. I'm not joking. That's what they will do. Do I give a shit if Elon Musk has it compared to the government? No, but I don't want anybody. And so 2 points. One, he has access. What's he going to do with it? Send me some spam email so I can buy his car or something? Is that what he's going to do? Sucks. Don't want that. He's going to sell to the Chinese. China's can already get it if they want to. The Chinese have percentages in all of our tech companies, all of our media companies, all of them. So they can get it anywhere if they want to, right? I'm just being clear. And we give it to them on TikTok anyway, 170 million of us, right? I don't mean to be flippant. I don't. But I'm saying, are we going to fix this or not? And if we're not going to fix it, great. Don't fix it. I get it. But if we're going to fix it, we have to do this. Something like this. Maybe it's not this. Maybe this is a bad move. Maybe it is a bad move. But what's their answer? And that's my problem. This is not a bad take. MacDade, it's not. Because what's his answer? What's establishment Republican Party answer? None. Republican Party outside of the Trump world has no answer for this. They're happy. They don't care. No, business as usual. Democratic Party, business as usual. They have no answer for this. So give me an answer and I'm with you. You don't have an answer? I'm right. I don't mean to be mean. I'm not trying to be flippant. I'm just giving you my honest opinion on this. There has to be an answer, or we got to do something, right? Or we have to do something. So, excuse me. McMillan, what the Schumster really cares about is the transparency that's coming about how the government spends our money. Yes. Accurate statement. He doesn't want everyone to know all the garbage he spends his stuff on. Half of these guys don't even bother passing audits. 100% true. Thank you for all that back and forth. Yes. So 100% of all those things. So let me get back on this because I know you guys can't wait to see more of the one and only Chuck Schumer because you guys love him so much. I know you don't. I'm teasing you. But he has sadly more to say.
It has no authority to make spending decisions. It has no authority
See that?
to shut programs down or ignore federal law.
So what were your laws and what were you going to shut down? Let me see. Oh, right. Nothing.
To give Doge a chokehold on Treasury payments
Chokehold
is
man.
outlandishly dangerous.
You got a chokehold.
It's like putting a tiger into a petting zoo and then hoping for the best. It's impossible to overstate that this is playing with fire. The Bureau of the Fiscal Service, which oversees These Treasury Department payments
Okay.
executes over 1 billion transactions a year worth $6 trillion.
You spend $6 trillion. $6 trillion. And you're proud of that. You know how much money we bring in? 4.9 trillion. That's how much we bring in. This spends over 6 trillion. This is 6.8. Yeah. Yeah. And he's proud of that. Terrible.
If these payments were ever intentionally or even accidentally halted or manipulated,
yeah, what happened?
It could paralyze our economy.
Okay.
If we're not careful.
So to be clear, Democrats, you told us that this was the end of the world. You told us that he was going to destroy everything. Then when he won, you went, peaceful transition. Let's help him move forward. That's what you told us. But I thought he was the H-man. I thought he was evil. Now he's here. What are you going to say now? Oh, he's evil. It's going to crush everything. Okay. When Trump said he's going to freeze everything, the world was ending. Now this is going to happen. The world's ending. Did the world end yet? It did not. Did the world end last November? It did not. Is the world going to end now? It did not. But what if he's right? What if Elon Musk can walk in to this department and crush the entire American economy tomorrow? Let's say he's correct. I mean, he's not, but let's say he's correct. Come in, the entire thing's destroyed. If that's true, why didn't you stop him? If that's true, isn't our system shit? Isn't our system an embarrassment and disaster that one guy can walk in and do this and destroy everything? I don't get it. None of this makes any sense. He's just being afraid. And if he's that bad, what he should be saying is Congress is going to demand that we issue a warrant for Elon Musk arrest, right? If I honestly believed what he was saying, if I did, I would literally be putting in a resolution to demand a warrant for Elon Musk arrest. If I actually believe this. Clearly I don't. And clearly they don't either. If he can destroy everything and the world is ending, why aren't you demanding he's arrested? I'm not joking. You're telling me if this was really someone like the H-man or shadow government, if you had the opportunity to arrest the H-man, funny mustache from Austria, wouldn't you? If you knew he was about to build the camps and put the people in the camps, wouldn't you arrest them if you could? They're not. This is more of the same insult, fear-mongering, insult, fear-mongering. Yes, 100%. Kitty goes on to say, Ukraine, thank you for being a member, Kitty. Ukraine lost $100 billion of what we and the Pentagon can't account for how many billions and for how many times in a row? 8. Correct. They haven't. The Pentagon hasn't passed an audit in like 7 years. Yes, 100%. Yes. But you know what? He's not authorized. What was your plan? Nothing. The AC says, yeah, that's wildly incongruous. Agreed. That's the problem. None of this was real. It was just fear-mongering. That's all it has been. It has just been that. It drives me crazy.
One mistake, and people's Social Security benefits could freeze.
They're gone forever.
Disability payments, aid to veterans, loans to small businesses, they could all be endangered. The Treasury Department is already using extraordinary measures to ensure we do not default on the debt. If Doge is...
Yes, because you won't fix the debt ceiling problem. Senator, you have been in government for decades and you have not fixed this. You fix nothing and then complain.
Careless meddling caused us to default.
Careless meddling. That's what it
could
was.
Trigger a worldwide financial crisis.
Damn, we're going through a worldwide financial
crisis.
crisis.
This all begs an obvious question.
Yes, it does. Why is he not arrested? That is the question. This all begs an obvious question. Why is he not arrested? Why do you not have been changed right now? Why is he not in some jail right now? Right? That's the obvious question. You've just said that Elon Musk, he said it. Elon Musk could trigger a worldwide recession all on his own. I'm not making that up. You heard him say that. Why is he not in chains right now? I don't get it. Why is he not? Why is he trying to impeach the president right now? Why aren't all the Republicans now all mad, ready to get rid of him? It's weird how Republicans don't care. They're like, hey, whatevs. Why aren't we in the streets now, yelling and screaming? Why don't I see millions of people like after when we wanted to go to war in Iraq and Afghanistan? Why aren't we doing that? I don't see any of that. Weird. Weird how I'm about the only guy who's showing this.
What does Doge really want with this data?
What does Doge want?
What possible reason is there to give right-wing extremists people's Social Security payments, Medicare?
Who? Right-wing extremists. That's what they are. That's what they are. They're all right-wing extremists, and we giving them all our data. I don't remember that happening, but that sounds scary.
Payments and personal information. Will Doge try to halt Social Security or Medicare or Medicaid payments? God forbid. God.
Right. He didn't say they would. Will they? They might do that. Will, you might as well say, will Elon Musk blow up the world? No difference. No difference. Will Elon Musk come over and smack you in the mouth? I mean, he might, but I mean, it's the same thing. He has the ability to come over and punch you in the face. He does have that ability. He has a lot of money. He could fly any place, find you, and punch you in the face. He could do that. That is a thing he could do. And he doesn't really work, so he could do it any time of day. He could sneak up on you. He could get behind you right now and give you a shot. He could do that. Are you asking that question? Of course you're not, but they're both just as dumb.
God forbid.
God forbid.
Will Doge cut funding to programs approved by Congress that Donald Trump decides he doesn't like? What about cancer research? Food banks.
Now he's going to kill you. You ain't going to get no cancer no more. Man, you can't get any cancer research. But wait, no. See, Chuck Schumer, this is where he made a mistake. He made a mistake on this one. This is a mistake. Biden already cured cancer. He already told us that. So cancer already cured. So that one is dumb because we know that Biden already told us he was going to cure cancer in 4 years. It's already cured. There's no more cancer anymore. So that one's kind of dumb. Just saying. Joe says it. Joe got it. Yeah. Wait, Joe Biden cured cancer. Maybe you made me laugh so much I coughed, Joe. Yes, that's right. So that doesn't make any sense. Biden already cured cancer. Dude, that was done. It's dumb. That's already done. He already cured cancer. That's all.
School lunches, veterans aid, literacy programs, small business loans.
Literacy programs. This is the part I mentioned before. We can't teach our kids to read without the federal government. I bring this up all the time. The federal government is involved in our kids' reading, and our reading scores are lower than they've ever been. I'm not making that up. Do your homework. It's true. Our kids, compared to the past, are basically illiterate. They can't read at a grade level. As a whole, worse than ever. Now, some of you may not know this. We got to need the Department of Education. 1980 is when it came into power. 1980. Some of us are old enough that we went to school before 1980. I was in school before 1980. Somehow I learned how to both read and write. Both of them. And like add and subtract and stuff. All those things without the federal government being involved in my school district. Isn't that weird how that happened? And I would ask, does anybody believe that our education has gotten better since 1980? Yeah, it has not. This guy's like, we got to educate our kids. Not to the federal government. I'll pass.
How do we know Doge won't use its access to the Treasury to enrich Donald Trump's billionaire friends?
See, that is
what if they
friends.
Go after?
What if this is his biggest issue? As I said, now we say the quiet part out loud. What if they start taking our money? That's what he means. I'll be very clear. These guys are pissed off. America's been screwed for decades. They've done nothing about it. Fixed nothing. What are they worried about? This is my money. This is my money. What if he uses Doge to take my money and give it to his friends? No. That money comes to me. I'm the grifter in chief. Now, he's going to outgrift me? We cannot have that. That will not stand. We're going to pass some laws now, goddammit. We're going on TV. That's my money.
Business competition of Doge's leadership. It is laughably naive to look at the wealthy billionaires who run Doge and take them at their word that all they care about.
Literally, I may do a show on this tomorrow. The DNC had an event. And in that event, one of the top guys said, there's good billionaires and bad billionaires. I'm not joking. He actually said that. And he said, literally, we're going to keep taking money from the good billionaires. That's what he said. So how would you define a good billionaire? I'm going to tell you how Democrats define a good billionaire. A billionaire who gives them money. Done and done. So yes.
What is efficiency? Give me a break. The Treasury Department must revoke Doge's access to the Treasury payment system at once. We must halt this unlawful, and dangerous power grab. Doge has no business anywhere.
No business
anywhere.
Even though literally he says this, but here's the thing you don't get. And the Democrat establishment, some other Democrats in the field are getting this. And that's why some of them are kind of quiet. They're not saying much. The average Democrat, just Democrat leadership is going nuts. What they're not getting is Trump talked about Doge before the election. Remember, it was gonna be Elon and Vivek. Then Vivek got pushed off to the provinces, and he now has to run for governor of Ohio. He got pushed off. He had to leave the capital city. He had to go out to the provinces. But that's okay. He got banished. He'll come back. So now it's Elon running Doge. Everybody knew that. Nobody's surprised that this is happening. Everybody knew this. Like they knew, and they still voted for him.
Near the federal government's payment systems, nor America's private data. Senator Murray.
Oh, Jesus, here comes Senator Murray. She's a disaster.
Well, we're 2 weeks in.
Okay,
and it is already painfully clear.
Yeah.
This is the most corrupt administration in our history.
Look at that. She came out swinging right now. She is typical. She's actually worse than Schumer in this one. All she ever does, I've watched her speak more than once, all she ever does is insult. She never has an answer for anything. She is dismissive. She insults. She just, oh, you're not good enough. She is flippant. I could imagine being her friend and wanting to vomit whenever she calls me. Oh, God, it's her. She's, I'm sure, a horrible, pompous human being. Probably terrible to be around.
And it's putting our economy, our government, and our most at-risk communities in serious jeopardy.
Why? Why haven't you fixed this?
In particular, we learned that Elon Musk now has access to the Treasury Department's most sensitive payment system.
He just said that.
Handling $6 trillion every year.
He just said that. And she's still reading it. She doesn't know it's $6 trillion. I know it's actually 6.8 trillion. Like, I know this. And I'm not in the government. Why don't you know this? Why don't you know this? Andrea, thank you for being a member. She says, so Biden wasn't corrupt? Yeah, Biden was squeaky clean. That's why he pardoned all those people because, oh, wait. Yeah. Phil says, thank you for being a member. She's offended. She's supposed to be part of that most corrupt administration. That's correct. That's her job. She's mad because they took her job. She's like, what? You guys are grifting? I'm supposed to grift. She's pissed. She's like, again, I wish I was joking, but I'm not. What they're most mad about is they don't care about us. All these problems, still no answer. The answer is stop Elon Musk. Why? So you can fix things? No. So we can go back to business as usual. That's the issue. That's the issue.
Managing nearly all federal disbursements.
He took your job.
It's a system that contains extremely sensitive, personal, and commercial information. And I've been hearing from people across my state who are truly alarmed about what Musk and his associates having access to the system could mean for their data and for funding that they count on.
They will
Let's not mince words here. An unelected, unaccountable billionaire with expansive conflicts of interest, deep ties to China, and an indiscreet axe to grind against perceived enemies.
Actual enemies, you're proving it right now. That's the one part you were wrong on. They're not perceived. You are actually his enemy. So that part's wrong, but keep going.
Is hijacking our nation's most sensitive financial data systems and its checkbook.
All right. If there was a person, hear the hyperbole that they constantly use, and they wonder why no one's paying attention. This is the norm. He is hijacking the most sensitive payment system. If this is true, why aren't you demanding he be arrested? If he had walked in, if some guy walked in, a group of guys, if you watch the third Batman movie with Christian Bale and Tom Hardy, and Bane walks in and takes over stuff, wouldn't the cops come out? In the movie they did. You would think they would do it here too, right? If they were actually coming in, trashing everything, taking over stuff, You would think that they would call the cops or the FBI or the somebody, right? They're not. But he has no authority, she said. No authority. That's what she said, right? That's what Chucky Schumer said. No authority. So these people have no authority, and they're hijacking. Remember? Shadow government. Remember? Their words. Why isn't he arrested? Why aren't you? Because you're lying. Because you're full of shit. That's the reason. Nothing but hyperbole all over again. Nothing but hyperbole all over again. You guys never learn. If you want us to believe in you and to be forward, I make some of you mad when I say it, I would rather have a better Democratic Party to fight against the Republican Party than have this thing that the Democratic Party has become. And even lefties don't want to be part of the party anymore. Lefties have left the party. I don't know what they're doing. Come up with an answer. Like, don't go, hey, you're bad. What are you going to do about it? Clearly, Americans are not happy. How are you going to fix it? If you don't fix it, this is why you get this. Americans are at a point right now, as a whole, that we understand that Trump is going to break a whole bunch of stuff. I know someone will say, well, the majority didn't vote for him. True, that's accurate. But the majority either voted for him or didn't care enough to vote. And you might go, yeah, they didn't vote. They didn't care enough. Well, they didn't know. Yes, they did. Yeah, everybody knew Trump was running, whether you like him or not. Everybody knew. Everybody knew Trump would break stuff. Everybody knew that. No one didn't know that. If you say that, you're fooling yourself. It's not true. Everybody knew that. And they either said, let's vote for him, a majority. Either said, let's vote for him, or whatevs. I'm going to work. If he breaks stuff, he breaks stuff, whatever. I don't care. I'm not voting. That's what happened. So if you count those two together who didn't care enough to vote, even though he was called the H-man, he was called a fascist, they told us more than once that if he's elected, there'll be no more elections. Remember that? They told all those things. And the majority of people, about 2/3, either voted for him or said, whatevs. What are you going to do? Whatevs. Yes. So anyway, yeah. Alexa says he literally campaigned on how he was going to go in and break stuff. Correct. Yes, literally. He campaigned on that. Yes. Said it on Joe Rogan. Yes. Absolutely. That's an issue. So, yeah. Anyway, AC says, I mean, I'd say that Trump would pardon him. He didn't beat any cops that we know of. He might still pardon him. But again, the reality of it is, if you're telling me you're going to put up legislation, you don't have the majority. So your legislation can't pass, AC, right? It can't. So you're just virtue signaling. Okay, I get it. That's all you're doing. They can't do anything. They got their ass kicked. They can't do anything, right? And they're going to say it in a minute. They can't do anything anyway. So if you want that, then why wouldn't, if you're going to virtue signal, say I want him arrested. Why won't you do that? Because stop. It's not what you're saying. That's my issue, right? If it was true what they were saying, arrested. That's the issue. So, oops. Let me keep going down if I can. And she has a couple more things to say. She's just the worst. I forgot who she is. She's just absolutely horrible. I mean, the people get elected. Jesus, the system is so broken. She's just terrible. I mean, she's a terrible human being.
Systems and its checkbook, so that he can illegally block funds to our constituents based on the slightest whim.
See that? They're saying the quiet part out loud. So we're not getting paid. He's messing with our money, and it's illegal. Was it legal? All that money you gave overseas, was that legal? Was it legal, all the crap you did here? Was it legal bombing people? I guess that was legal, I guess.
Or wildest conspiracy. Funds, mind you, that Congress passed on a bipartisan basis.
Congress passed it, which makes it okay, I guess, even though people can't stand. Congress's approval rating is about 11%. 11. But Congress passed it because your system is so gerrymandered and rigged that people like you who are terrible keep getting elected.
Some Republicans are trying to suggest that Musk only has viewing access to Treasury's highly sensitive payment system.
Viewing access. So what they're trying to say is Elon Musk himself. This is how they're trying to get. Elon Musk is in front of his computer right now going, let me see what Michael Leloff is. Look, oh, there's his social security number. I'll teach him a lesson. Like that's happening. Stop.
As if that's acceptable either. But why on earth should we believe that?
Again, Republicans are saying he has only the ability to view. Now, I don't know if that's true. I don't. But I'll go back to it. What was the evidence that Chuck Schumer said that he's going to take everything, shut it all down, blah, blah? Zero evidence. They just made it up. That's why they can't order him to be arrested. They just said he did stuff. He's our money. We're about our money. So he's bad. And Elon's bad. Not just is the orange man bad, but Elon bad. They're both bad. That's it.
Particularly when he is saying the exact opposite loudly and repeatedly for everyone to see. What funds will Elon target next?
Yeah.
Life-saving medical research?
They're just making this up. What funds will he do? What will he do? Life-saving medical research? Because Elon Musk always talks about that. He talks about destroying life-saving medical research all the time. Actually, he has, if I count, hold on, and I got 2018, 2017. Yeah, never will be the amount of times that he's talked about getting rid of life-saving medicines, right? He talked about, but what about destroying Social Security? He talked about that. If I remember his speech in 2012, when he was on Joe Rogan. Yeah, zero, never did it ever, not one time. Never, once. They made that up. Yeah, no evidence of any of this. She might as well go, and he might decide to blow up all the cars and kill everybody. I guess he might. And he might try to get the codes and blow up Greenland. I guess he could. No difference. No difference. And he might try to make everybody whose name starts with a K, and he might make sure none of them ever get paid ever again. He could do that. He might issue warrants for the arrest of everybody whose name is Rick. I mean, he could do that. But why? But what's the evidence? She's just pulling shit out of her ass and like, he could do all these things. But here's the worst part. That means you could. Everything they're afraid of, she could do. And when she could do it, it was fine. There was no worry when she could do it. That no problem. When she could take people and crush them. When she could punish her enemies. That was fine. But Elon, he's not elected. He's not one of us. He's not elite. So no. Rick says it right. Thank you for being a member, Rick. He might clone the mustache man. Maybe. He might. It could happen. Literally the same thing. He could clone him and then, I don't know, put him in charge. Whatever. He could do all those things. Yeah. That's pretty embarrassing. Guys, before I keep going, I do want to keep going. Remember something. Click the button known as Lima, India, Kilo, Echo. You like it. You're watching. I know you like it. Please click the button. It does matter. Every bit. Look, Mr. Rhythm, first name Al, middle name Gore. Without question, he is talking to me, and he likes to see when people click the button known as like. He wants to do that. So please do that however you need to. Please repost this. Repost this on X. Repost it into our Facebook group, whatever the case may be. If you have not subscribed on YouTube, please do so. Please follow me on Facebook, X, and Rumble. But Larry, I hardly ever X. I don't care. Go on and click the follow. Okay, do it anyway. Do that, please. Yes. When you click on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. You click all notifications. Most of you are not clicking all notifications. Please do so. And you wonder, why am I not getting notified? Because not just that, YouTube decides randomly, I don't know why, you're a bot, and then unsubscribes you. That sounds crazy, and it's true. So do that, please. You can always super chat. Super chats go right to the front always. So you can super chat me on YouTube, or you can, if you want to, Rumble rant me on Rumble. Either one's great. I don't mind either one of them. I look at all of them, and they go right to the front. The rest, I try to grab as many members as I can first because membership matters. If you can become a YouTube member, please do so. Click that join button, $29 per month. It keeps me going. The more that members I have, the less I have to work, the more I can do this. So let's do that if you can. And if you can also become a Rumble member, $49 per month, click subscribe only during the live. Now, if you happen to be watching this after the live, if you're watching on YouTube, if you are, you're probably watching on Larry Sharpe YouTube, which is awesome. Please watch. But the live is on Sharpe Way, right? It's then reposted on Larry Sharpe. There are two YouTube pages, a Sharpe Way YouTube page and a Larry Sharpe YouTube page. right? So same also, by the way, with Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching this on Facebook, the Sharpe way Facebook that plays it live, the Larry Sharpe is a replay. And there is a reason for that. I can't talk about that now, but there are issues legally, which is what I'm dealing with. So you understand, there are issues I'm dealing with. Some of you already get it. Some of you don't. But yes, so just keep that in mind. It's not because I'm crazy. I mean, I am crazy, but that isn't the reason why to do it. That is not the reason. There are other reasons. So yes. All righty. Phil says, I saw The Boys from Brazil. For those of you who remember that movie, that was about them cloning the H-Man, The Boys from Brazil. 70s, Phil, or 80s? 70s movie, right? I think it was the 70s. So, yeah, absolutely. 100%. So, all righty. Let me grab a couple more of these if I could, because I know that you guys love hearing her speak. She is so amazing. Let us continue to be the punishment.
Housing assistance, food banks.
Yeah.
We already know he is falsely attacking faith-based organizations that help people.
He is attacking. He's going to take food away from people. Everything. He's going to clone Hitler.
Yeah. And promising to cut off funds based off conspiracy theories. The world's richest man has vowed to cut off funding that helps the least among us. Think about that. And next, think about how many dollars he himself makes from government contracts.
That's accurate.
And the Trump administration is handing the keys of the Treasury to him.
Yes, but he made cash under Obama. He made cash under Trump. He made cash under Biden. He'll make more cash under Trump. You are right. He is a master grifter. Elon is, no doubt. But he doesn't care which side. He'll grift over anybody. He grifted off us in New York State. Came in, got like a 5-year plan, took our money, said, thanks, suckers, and left. She's absolutely correct. But when he did that, at no point did he go, let me make sure that I destroy people. Let me make sure that I clone Hitler before I leave New York State. He didn't do any of that. He just went in and said, thanks for the money, suckers, and then moved on. That's it. That's all he did. So, yeah, I don't know. You made the rest of that stuff up.
It does not get more blatantly corrupt than that. And let me underscore just how dangerous this is.
We got to underscore. You already, this ain't that you thought it was dangerous. She's going to underscore it because it's not dangerous enough. It's not. So, and it doesn't, her words, it does not get more corrupt. Now, just to be clear, there's a guy in New Jersey, Mendez. Some of you know him. He's a senator, Mendez. That guy was so corrupt, I'm not joking, and those of you know out of Jersey, that guy literally was bribed with gold bars. I'm not joking. Gold bars. And they found the gold bars. Wads of cash in his house and gold bars. He was, he was charged not once, but twice. Got away with the first time. Didn't stop. Did it again. And did it with gold bars. I'm not making it up. Check him out, New Jersey Mendez. He just got sentenced to 11 years. Now he got bribed with gold bars. I think that's more corrupt. I'm gonna go out on a limb with that one, and I'm gonna go, that is more corrupt. You got caught once, went to court, beat the rap, learned nothing, and got worse and got bribed with bars of gold, and then got caught, and now was sentenced to 11 years. I'm going to go with that being more corrupt. I know I'm on a limb, guys. You're like, wait a minute, is that really? Yeah. I'm going to go with that being more corrupt. Yeah. Then something that Elon Musk might do. I'm going to ask, what did she say he's going to do? Nothing. What did she say he did? Nothing. So he's done nothing. She's not saying he will do. He might do it. He might. Yes, true. He might. And this is so corrupt, and he's the worst in the world. Huh. Okay. I got it. Oh, Phil says it was late 70s. Yes, Laurence Olivier, right? He was a doctor. I remember that. Late 70s. If any of you are interested, it's kind of interesting. Laurence Olivier was in that movie. It was a very interesting movie. It was the concept that, if I remember the story right, it's been like a long time since I've seen the movie, but like some fascists left Germany, escaped, and tried to reconstitute the Fourth Reich with a clone. So yeah, but there's a bunch of stuff in it. It's an interesting movie. So yes, that wasn't. If you want to watch, if you get some time on a weekend, you want to watch it. I think it's cool. Pete, coming in hot. 36 trillion, 220 billion, 206 million, $738,047.96. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So, all right. Far NorCal says, excuse me, is it making crap up and lying to American people a crime? Yes. In that case, why can't we put these evil Dems in prison? Just a thought. I'm with you. We should call for their arrest too. I'm on board. So now she's going to say, here's why it's even more dangerous and the worst ever. Everything's the worst ever. I wonder why we don't believe you anymore.
Because now that Trump has handed over Treasury's checkbook,
okay,
what if Elon decides he doesn't like how Ford is getting federal funds to build an EV battery plant?
What if he decides that? Trump gave him the checkbook. I don't remember that, but I didn't know they had a checkbook. But to her, he just gave her the checkbook. Okay, and then what if he decides? You're right. What if he clones Hitler? Correct. What if he does? Could happen. What's next?
All Elon
cloning Stalin. That's Hitler. Then he clones Stalin. It goes in order. He clones Hitler first. Then he clones Stalin. Then he clones maybe Mao. Right? He just keeps going. Maybe then he oh, okay. Here's the right clone. Okay, he's got to clone Kim Il Sung. Kim Il Sung. He was the first president of North Korea. He is still officially the head of state of North Korea. You could bring him back to life, and now they have a new head of state. See that? Do that. That's the plan right there.
Has to do is say, oh, they're woke, and he can convince Trump to illegally cut off those funds.
I'm sorry. It wasn't Mendez. It was Menendez. Thank you, Mike. Mike coming in. Let me know what's up. It was Bob Menendez. I said Mendez. I was wrong. It was his third time being best. I thought it was his second. Wow. Okay. I believe Mike. He does his homework. I'm sure it was his third. I thought it was his second. So 3 times investigated. Beat the rap once. I remember that. And I don't know, did they have charges the first time, Mike? I don't even know. But I know at least once they had charges against him. He beat the rap. Came back again. Yeah. That's kind of, bad. Andrea says the gold bars under the carpet. Yeah. I'm going to go with more corrupt. I am. I'm going to go with more corrupt, guys. I am. I'm going to go with more corrupt. That's worse.
Maybe Elon will decide he doesn't like that Blue Origin and not SpaceX.
Maybe.
It's a contract.
He might think
he wants to gum up the works on their payments.
Maybe.
Private corporations and competitors take note. And anyone who thinks
now she's a capitalist. Do you know that? See, Mike Voss, you can vote for her now. She's a Republican now. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how whenever they're mad about stuff, they become Republicans all of a sudden. She's probably libertarian now. Look at her go. Yeah. See, private corporation. She cares now. Damn, she became libertarian. Thank you, Elon. This is our first libertarian senator right here.
That surely won't happen, has not been paying attention. Now, make no mistake, Trump and Musk have absolutely zero legal authority to hold up any federal payments that are.
That is a lie. That's a lie. Now, to be forward, Trump does have zero authority to just blatantly cancel a payment. That's true. But it's absolutely a lie. I'm not saying he should. I'm not saying should here. But I'm saying what she just said is a lie. Trump can, absolutely, he can pause. That is legal. He can pause. He cannot just cancel. That's accurate, but not what she said. Hold up. He can hold up. Legally, he can do so. Again, I'm not saying he should, but legally he can.
Our law. But that has not stopped them so far. This country is still reeling from the chaos of last week's blanket spending freeze.
Okay, nobody I know is reeling. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's me. Is anybody you know reeling from last week's one-day change? They're just making this up. Do people just write, do sci-fi writers write this?
And Trump's illegal EOs to withhold funds are still not yet revoked. Trump and Musk have yet to find a law they think applies to them. That is not how things work in this country.
See? That's my job. I decide what happens. She's jelly. She's literally jelly. She's going to go to jelly school. She's literally jelly. She's like, that's my money. Absolutely. So Kitty says, are you okay, Larry? You sound sick. I think I have caught something. I haven't done shows in a while, as you know. I did like 5 days with a show. I have been insanely busy on many different projects, which is the worst part. As a consultant, and if anybody wants to know, I'll happily go through my consulting gig if anybody cares on another AMA one day. But I do so much stuff. I have not been sleeping much or sleeping well. My team's been bugging me to do more, and they're right. I'm not mad at them. They are right. They want me to do more, and I need to be doing more. And it's very challenging. So I haven't been sleeping well. I haven't been able to take my vitamins as I used to take them. I have been slipping on my health recently, and I think my immune system did fail me recently. So I am a little bit sick. I have a cough, a little runny nose. I think I have. So I think I am, but still here, Kitty. Still here. Trying to make the next steps. So thank you for noticing. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes.
We have a democracy. We have checks and we have.
No, we don't. We have democracy. Nobody cares what the people think. Nobody cares what people think. That's not true. I have no democracy. I have no say in my government. I'm not joking when I say that. Where I live in New York City, it is 6-1 Democrat to Republican in my city. The Republicans locally don't bother running anybody. So the Democrats run at my city and state level, they run unopposed. Unopposed. They just, whoever is Democrat wins. Now we don't have open primaries. So I can't vote in the primary. If I can't vote in the primary, I have no say in who becomes my local leadership. So mayor too. I have no say in my mayor, no say in my governor, because it's 3-1 for my governor, 6-1 for my mayor. I have no say. And when I try to get in the ballot, they won't let me. I raised $400,000. They threw me off the ballot because go to hell, you're not a Democrat. Go to hell. That was it. So I have no say in my government. I'm not joking when I say that, right? It didn't matter who I voted for. Harris was going to win New York. I had no say in that. And there was no primary for Democrats. So even if I wanted to vote in a Democratic primary, I couldn't have. But it wasn't one anyway. So at every level, I have no say in my government. That's not an exaggeration. That's literally true. And she's like, we have a democracy. Bullshit. No, we don't. And everything's gerrymandered. And there's only two parties. New York State didn't even have one independent on the ballot for president. Number one. None. Which meant guaranteed Harris had New York State. There was no reason to do anything. So yes, that's utter garbage. She's lying. We have checks and balances. You haven't checked Biden once. And you lost so badly, now you can't check Trump. You've done nothing. You virtue signal, and that's all you do. You are utterly full of shit.
Balances, where the president is accountable to Congress, where we pass the laws and he implements them. But some of my colleagues across the aisle seem to be forgetting that our democracy doesn't work by magic.
Okay, it doesn't work at all. Americans are so unhappy with the system, they don't care that he's going to break it. They don't care that he's coming in and going to break it. They don't care.
Have to do our part to hold the president accountable. Our job is not to say yes to everything any president does, no matter how lawless or harmful.
But you did.
Democrats are pushing back with the tools that we have.
You don't have any tools. Shut up. You got no tools. You don't have tool one. What you got in your pocket? You got a hammer in your pocket or something? You don't have a tool. What's wrong with you? Tool. All the tools that we have. You lost everything. You don't have tools. What's wrong with you? We're going to push back with, now you're tough. When Harris was destroying the country, when Biden was destroying the country, when the Democratic Party was failing miserably, where were your tools then? You actually had some back then. You had some tools. You took your tools and you threw them in the garbage and went, yeah, we got tools. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? You don't have any tools. You got nothing. You got, I'm mad. Mad. And you got Bernie talking about onesies. That's what you got. That became a meme. Bernie became a meme. That's what you got with onesies. That's your tools. Onesies is your tools. You don't have any tools. What a joke. Like, how much does she think about herself, right? When you watch some of these people talk, they really believe like they're important. No, they're wealthy and they have power, but they're not important. And they have power because they have cash. right? And they're above the law. That's for sure, right? They're above the law. That's true. But they don't care about you. They don't care about me at all. At all. Yes, not even close. I think she's just joking, right? Isn't she just joking? No, she's not. She actually believes it. She probably does. She probably does.
We'll speak out. We
Oh
will
my God.
press this administration. We
That'll
will
work.
open investigations. And
Because you know what always works? When you speak out and press Trump, he always collapses. Always. One thing that Trump will always do is collapse Democratic pressure. I've seen him do that. Oh wait, never. Not one time ever. I've never seen him do that. Yeah, that's not a tool. That tool ain't gonna work. That's one of them paper, screwdrivers that just fell down. That's not a tool. Not gonna work. We're gonna press it. We're gonna speak out. He don't care. Doesn't matter. It's useless.
we will demand accountability.
We're gonna have investigations. How'd that work out for you last time? He went to court. You put him in court. He's a convicted felon. You didn't just do investigations. You charged him. He got convicted, and homeboy's the president, and you scared of him. How'd that work for you? We're going to do investigations. He's scared. I'm sure Trump said, what tools? Shut up. What do you... Look, even Elizabeth Warren's put it out like, damn, are they buying this? This is my impression of Elizabeth Warren. Are they buying this bullshit? I hope they buy it. Let me look at the crowd. Are they buying it? Are they buying it? They believe in this? Because I know this is bullshit. We got nothing, but okay, maybe. Elizabeth Warren can't believe it.
One tool we do not have is the majority in this Congress.
Okay, see, Warren's like, yeah, see, okay, say that at least, because maybe they can act like something. Yes.
So that means our Republican colleagues have to say enough. We need them to join us. We need them to stand up to the corruption and lawlessness and stand up for the people they represent.
Look at that, because she cares. I feel the love. Oh, Mike, thank you for that. Menendez's first investigation had no charges. I most forgot. That's what I forgot too. I forgot the first one. That's why I thought he had two. But there we go. Yeah, I do remember that. That was that. Okay, makes sense. I appreciate that. Yes. All righty. Let's see here if I can grab some of these. Andrea says, again, thank you for being a member. Most people I know are happy with what Trump is doing. Just CNN and MSNBC watchers are upset. The funny thing is a lot of people, while they don't necessarily like it, they're just like, okay, let's see if this works, because they know stuff's broken. And again, I live in New York City. Most of my friends are Democrats. Most of the people around me are Democrats. And they're not really mad, right? I was at an Uber driver, hardcore Democrat, was talking about how it was unfair for Harris. And I mean, hardcore Harris apologist, the whole deal. He wasn't mad about this. He was like, well, we'll see. That's what he said. And this guy, my Uber driver, was literally a Harris apologist. And he was like, well, I don't know. So I think most people are like, let's see if it changes. Now, if it doesn't work, if Trump screws this up and it doesn't work, they are going to absolutely come at him with pitchforks. No doubt. So if it doesn't work, yes, they're going to come at him with pitchforks, guaranteed. If it works, though, they're going to be like, well, I'm just going to be quiet. They're going to say nothing. And that's my point. A lot of people are just saying nothing. They're like, whatever, whatever. Joe says, Larry, don't get sick. We need you for 2026. I got another year. I got it. Feels like you go to DC and come back with an STD. There was nothing good about that. All right, that's your fault, Phil, making me cough on that one. That's your fault. Yeah. Well, maybe I did some stuff in DC I want to tell you about, Phil. Maybe that. Maybe I did some stuff with some people I don't want to tell you about. Maybe it was consensual and I maybe made a mistake. Could be. Just saying. Look, as long as it's consensual, I got no issues. That's all. As long as it's consensual, no issues. So,
Ron.
Thank you, Senator Murray. And
this guy, why do they put these guys? Gee, this guy is terrible. God, he's the worst. Like, why in the world would they think here, right, that this is the right answer? They don't care. They just put the senior people in charge because it's their turn. They don't look for anybody with charisma. Don't look at anybody with any skill set. I mean, she has no charisma. This guy has no charisma. There's a bunch of whiners. They're all a bunch of whiners. That's what they are.
got horse flying all night, so no filibusters from me. Our finance investigators got confirmation from whistleblowers
Oh, now you like whistleblowers. Now you like whistleblowers. Damn. A couple days ago, you were yelling at Snowden's a traitor. Remember that? Now you like, damn. He became libertarian too. Okay. This is great. When you mess with their money, they become libertarian overnight. I love how that works. Whistleblowers, we love them now. You just told me you had said nothing about Assange, nothing, and you yelling, Snowden's a traitor, traitor. You were doing that. Now all of a sudden you love whistleblowers now. Damn. When it comes to your money, Mike, you and I are going to be voting for all these guys. They're all becoming libertarians. I didn't know that. The Democratic Party going to become all libertarians. Trump's going to turn them all libertarians. I didn't know that. It's amazing. All right, Phil. Let's start looking for some libertarians to run for office. We got tons of them here now. They're all libertarians now. Okay, good to go.
Friday that the Treasury Secretary had turned the keys over to the Musk hatchet squad.
Hatchet squad.
Here's where we are now.
Nothing but insults.
It is clear that unqualified and unaccountable people have seized control of the flow of taxpayer funds and a trove of extremely sensitive data.
Hold on, as we be clear. They already had that. It was just your people. There was already a bunch of people who were unaccountable, who had all this access. Non-transparent. Yes, they were already there. None of them were elected. Yeah, they were already there. So here's the problem. What he means to say is, and now people who were in charge might not write me or my people a check. That's his worry. He doesn't care about you at all. He's like, these guys might take my money. That's a problem. So yes, Joel says checks and balances, bank checks, bank balances. Yes, John says, Larry, isn't Doge supposed to be the check part of checks and balances? Yes. Phil's like, all of a sudden she's worried about checks. I know, checks and balances. She's a constitutionalist now. It's great. Mike Voss, you can vote for her now. She's a constitutionalist. She's conservative. See that? You didn't know that. Just mess with their money. Conservatives. Done. That's how fast it is. I'm a hardcore Democrat taking your money. I'm a conservative. I'm as conservative as can be. That's it. All of a sudden. Phil, it's funny how these guys change. That's amazing. Okay. Bunch of conservatives now.
They are seizing the tools you need.
I thought you had the tools. Okay, wait a minute. You had the tools. She just told me that you had all your tools. You see, you didn't have any tools because Elon took them. That's the problem. See, they would have. See, Grace, they had the tools, but then Elon came and took them all. Otherwise, they have all those tools and they would just use them all and they would fix things. But then Elon came and took all the tools. That's the problem. But he's going to fix it, though. He's got the answer. Because it's hatchet squad, he said, right? He said that already. He's going to become a conservative in 5 minutes. Here we go.
Their first target out of the gate wasn't anything to do with fraud or waste.
Okay.
It was a religious charity for poor people.
Look at that, for poor people. He hates poor people because he said he's making the tools for a coup. Okay, but has he done anything yet? Has he threatened anything yet? No.
Donald Trump cared about improper payments. He wouldn't have fired the inspectors general.
Oh,
Nobody should fall for that bit of misdirection.
Yeah, fall for that.
Now,
it's misdirection.
A few hours ago,
Trump
claimed that Musk only looks at payments,
okay,
and doesn't have the authority to shut any down.
So the president says that Musk has the authority to look at stuff, but has no authority to shut things down. So how's he going to mount the coup? How's that going to happen? And if the president says he has the authority to look and not shut things down, doesn't that mean he now has authority because the president said so? Right? Don't these groups, aren't they all under the executive branch? They all are under the executive branch. In the long run, they all work for the president, right? All these groups work for the president. So they're all over all these things. And he's saying, and again, everybody knew Elon Musk was going to be part of this government in some way, shape, or form. Doge was going to exist, and Trump was going to let him do stuff. So Trump says he can look, he can't touch. That's what he just said. But didn't I just hear that this is the most corrupt? Didn't they just tell us that? Didn't we just hear he's going to basically clone Hitler? Didn't we just hear that? But now he's like, well, he can look, but he can't touch. Didn't he just say he's about to mount a coup? All right. If you believe, one more time, if you believe that Elon Musk is about to mount a coup, why aren't you demanding his arrest? Right? You impeached Trump for it. He wasn't even there. And you impeached him for it. He just said stuff. Trump said stuff. And you impeached him. So why won't you, Elon Musk, according to them, violently, they said, aggressively took over stuff, came in with guns ablazing, I guess. I don't remember the guns, but I guess they said that, came in violently and aggressively, and he's going to mount a coup. They said that. You heard them say it. That's why I wanted to watch it. Sometimes you guys think I'm joking when I say these crazy things. I'm not. They say this stupid shit all the time and wonder why no one believes them. And they never learn. They just double down. Insult, dismiss, insult, dismiss, insult, dismissed. What's that? Yeah, doesn't work. It still doesn't. And now everything begins to not make any more sense.
That's Donald Trump.
That's Donald Trump.
It's pretty
right
clear, folks, that Musk sees it differently.
There we go.
As Trump and Musk continue targeting Americans they don't like, there's nothing to stop.
They're targeting Americans they don't like. How? How? There's one guy who got targeted a lot. A lot. In fact, he got arrested, he got a mugshot, and he got convicted on 34 charges. That guy's name is Trump. The government came after him. And the person who put him away was the person who campaigned on putting him away. I know it was my attorney general who did that. Yes. So she was targeting people she doesn't like. But you about Trump? Who's the person he's targeting? Who's going to jail? And how can he target anybody? Biden basically pardoned the entire Democratic Party. He basically said, all Democrats, blanket pardon for the past 50 years. He basically did that. Yeah. So he's just making this up, literally making this up.
From cutting off Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid.
He's cutting off Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Shutting it all down. I don't remember this.
Penalizing cities and states that defy Trump's illegal orders. And a lot of us care deeply, as our constituents do, about privacy. Musk has access to the personal information of hundreds of millions of Americans' bank accounts, tax data, Social Security numbers, home addresses.
Yep.
If people are creeped out, and you heard from Senator Murray how folks in the Northwest feel about.
No, they aren't. Stop.
This. Elon Musk and his Hatchet Squad having your bank accounts, your home address, Social Security number. Trust me, folks in the Pacific Northwest think that this is way out of bounds.
Okay, so let me ask one more time, counselor, one more time. What did he actually do? Counselor, what did he do? What are the charges that we have against him? What did he threaten? Where is the conspiracy? Show me the conspiracy. You cannot. Show me the threat. You cannot. Show me what he did. You cannot. You can just go, I'm scared because Elon going to take my money. Yes, because here's the thing. Remember, I tell you this all the time. The reason why these guys care about this, how they pay back their constituents, is not through direct cash payments. It's not how they do it. They do it through jobs. So I'm some guy who has a construction company. I give this terrible human being right here, this absolute horrible human being here, I give him $20,000 or whatever amount, or I put into a PAC that supports him $1 million, whatever I do. Then he decides, oh, we're going to do work in my state. And then he gives my company the bid. Now, that money has to be released from someplace. One of these places will release the money. The money I'll get is probably give or take a $10 or $20 million contract. Well, I gave him $500,000, right? He gives me a $20 million contract. I make 20% on that, right? Wow, nice hit. I made $4 million. So I gave him $500,000 and I get $4 million. That's 8-to-1 return. I'm liking that every day of the week. That's how he pays me back. That's why I keep giving him money. That's how that works. He doesn't physically give me cash. He makes sure it flows there. This is why they're worried. Because now Elon will see this and go, why'd you give him this money? This guy just gave you money. Now, the funny thing is, back in the day, Cuomo was actually savvier and never got in trouble this way. Because what Cuomo used to do here in New York State is most of his people, he would help out by putting them on the boards. So Cuomo would make a bazillion boards and he'd put those people on the board. So they would give themselves the money. That's why they went to jail and he didn't. People are like, why did they go to jail and he didn't? Because he didn't give them the money. He put them on a board. And this was legal and still is legal in New York State. This is legal in New York State. So the people who give the governor money can be put on boards that decide what money spent. Yeah, that's legal in New York State. That is not against the law. Not at all. Now, the problem is, the problem with that is he actually made about $800,000 every year off of that. I'm not joking. Because at that point, the maximum you could give somebody was $44,000 for a governor campaign back then. Now it's like $9 million, but then it was $44,000. So they would give $44,000 every year. All those board guys. So he'd make $800,000 every year off of boards, people he have on the board. And that was totally legal in their state. Still is, still legal. So yes, these guys may not have it in their state. So they got to make sure the federal government throws that money out, right? They're not governors, they're federal. They're going to make sure the federal government is putting it out. They don't get to just give the money out. So they need this. If Elon gets in here, I'm just saying. Yeah, just saying. So.
For government. The Musk hatchet brigade has infiltrated a gold mine of data that every foreign spy and every corrupt actor would love to see. It is a prescription for nightmares.
Okay, and who is this spy or this foreign government that has asked him for it, that he has said he'd give it to, that we have any evidence he would give to? What? This is literally just speculation. That's all it is. It's Ahmed. What they're really worried about, they're not worried about privacy. They're worried about what I just said. Elon Musk might make sure that guys like him, their buddies, don't get the money sent to them for their jobs. That's what he's worried about.
Let's remember that Musk reportedly couldn't get a security clearance because of his financial ties to the Chinese government and his other foreign connections.
Okay.
That's the guy, folks, who's now got his hands on the personal data of hundreds of millions of Americans.
Okay.
And some unknown number of businesses and groups. Last point. The Trump administration caused chaos in Medicaid and other services that are important to Americans last week when they shut down the primary.
I have asked people on everything here, on all my excuse me, everyone I am streaming on to say who is getting chaos. Where's the chaos coming from? Right? What's happening with the chaos? Who's in chaos? Nobody is. Nobody is. He's literally just made that up. It's not a thing. He's just made that up. Nobody's worried about any of that stuff, right? And the hatchet brigade. It's not like people will be upset by that. That's not a thing people are mad about. Yes. So anyway, I won't punish you that much more.
Payment portals to states and social service agencies.
Okay.
These are incompetent people. They don't care about the damage they're doing.
So I want to be very clear. I don't know what word to use. I'm going to try to find the right word. This dung-throwing hypocrite chimp says that Elon Musk is incompetent. That's what he just said. I'm not making this up. That's what he just said. So the guy who made SpaceX, who when the government screwed up so bad, people literally got stuck on the space station, he went and got them. That guy's incompetent. The guy that had a spaceship come back and get grabbed by tweezers, that guy's incompetent. The guy that has the most popular electric car in America, who has grifted off the government better than anybody else, that guy's incompetent. But you, Mr. Moron, who've been in government for decades, you're the one who's competent. Shut up. Stop. Just stop. You're an embarrassment. You had better hope that I am never in a federal position of power, because I will wreck people like you, like there's no tomorrow, because I don't care. You are terrible and bad and embarrassment. You are the reason why we are broken. You are the reason. And all you do is blame others. Where's your plan to fix anything? Let me tell you, it's up your ass, because you don't have one. You just yell and blame and insult and shame. That's all you do. shame, insult, attack. That's all you do. You have no answers for anything. You've been in charge for how many years? And everything still sucks. You are so broken. Your party is so broken that you called this man Hitler. You said there'd be no elections. You said that there'd be no elections if he's elected. You said that he's going to destroy everything. He's a felon, 34 counts felon, and he beat you. Not just that, he beat you overall in the popular vote. He beat you in a popular vote. How shitty are you? Why are you so proud of that? That's like getting your ass kicked constantly and just being proud of that. You might go, why are they proud of this, Larry? Doesn't make any sense. I'll tell you why. Because all they care about, all this guy cares about is only one thing. And you might go, Larry, you're going to be simple. No. It's true. One thing, getting paid. That's it. He just cares about getting paid. I wish I was joking. I say this publicly. I would dare him to show me otherwise. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he can show me that I'm wrong and he cares about something else. He cares about getting paid. All the problems that are in his state and our nation, has he fixed them? Has he found peace for Ukraine? Right? Has he seen any of these things? No, none of them. Has he fixed any of these things? No, he has not. He's fixed none of them. Now he's scared. Now he's mad. Now we have legislation. Why? Because now someone's messing with his money. They're messing with his money. And now he all of a sudden cares about me. Now he's all of a sudden libertarian. Now he cares about, process or whatever. Now he cares. It's embarrassment.
And now they may be in charge of the tightrope walk the Treasury has to do to avoid defaulting on out of debt.
On our debt. He said on out of debt, defaulting on out of debt. This dude's a moron. He has to read that. This guy wins elections. Think about that. This guy wins. If he's your senator, you should want to vomit right now. I want to vomit on mine. Mine's embarrassing. My senator, Schumer, is an embarrassment. Like, I want to vomit thinking that he's my senator. It's terrible. You should want to vomit if this guy's is yours. He said, he read, we're going to default on out debt. Not our debt, out debt. He didn't realize it was our. He couldn't figure that one out. Now, hold on. Who's in charge of fixing that system that would end that whole debt crisis thing? Always you. It's you. You're the one who's in charge of it. You're the one who could fix it. And you fix it exactly? Never. You're like, it's going to be in charge of everything that's broken. Homeboy, you broke it. You're the one supposed to fix it. You got all the tools. You told me you had tools. Well, before to make all the tools. Well, fix them. Homeboy, fix something. You got all them tools. Fix this. You don't have any tools. You don't have any tools.
Mistake away from economic catastrophe. Senator Murray.
Economic
Who are we going to next? Senator Warren.
Thank you.
Oh, Jesus. Do we have to?
Thank you. So I just want to be clear about what's going on here.
She has to be clear because we didn't figure it out yet. We haven't figured it out. So she's got to come in and do her grandstanding. Now, why are they saying this? They're doing grandstanding because these are all going to be commercials. I'm not joking. All of these are going to be cut up. There'll be commercials in their local constituency. They'll probably be online on TV shows saying how they're fighting Trump because Trump is coming to kill your babies or whatever they're going to say, right? They'll say that he's going to kill, Elon's going to steal your whatever, Social Security, whatever they're going to say. They're going to say all those things, right? And when they say that, I'm fighting for you and vote blue. So they're going to make money off this. That's why she has to say the same thing all over again, right? That's it. Grace says, Larry, you're at your finest doing commentary on Democrats pontificating. I like them all pontificating because I know how full of shit they are. Like, I know these people. Like, I meet them. I'm a consultant. Like, I meet them. I talk to them, right? I know these guys. And most of them are actually, most of the executives are actually very smart. Most, not all. Like mayors, governors, presidents, most of the executives are actually pretty smart. Not all of them are, but most of them actually are. A lot of these assemblymen and congressmen, these guys are dumb. And I don't mean to be mean, but a lot of them are like really dumb. They're not smart. It's almost like I failed that stuff, so let me become a congressman. Don't get me wrong, there are some that are smart, right? But a lot of them are dumb. Generally speaking, if you find most executives are actually pretty smart, you may disagree with them or you may think they're bad or corrupt. I'm saying intellect. Most executives are pretty smart, right? Above average intelligence, pretty smart. That I've met at least, and I see most of them are pretty smart. But these guys in Congress and the Senate, the Assembly, City Council, damn, some of these guys are dumb. Like, I'm like, bro, can you tie your shoe? Do you know how to do that? Like, can you do that? I'm not sure. So Liberty Lady says, I'm ready to see Larry full screen instead of this purple. I get it, Liberty Lady, but it's very challenging me to constantly go back and forth. That's my challenge, and I want to be able to commentate too. So let me try to do more of it if I can swap it in and out. I'll try. It's just very challenging to keep going back and forth. So yeah, let me keep going if I can.
The system that makes sure that your granddad gets his Social Security check.
Yeah.
The system that makes sure that your mom's doctor gets Medicare payment to cover her medical appointment.
Okay.
And the system that makes sure that you get the tax refund that you're owed has been taken over by Elon Musk.
So that system that ensures all this has been taken over, even though literally Trump said it's not taken over. He can view it. He can't change it. She just made this up.
And every organization from your state government that uses federal money on that bridge project to the local Head Start that takes care of little kids while their mommies and daddies go to work.
Now, let me touch this piece if I could. The fact that we can't literally, what Elizabeth Warren says, the fact that we can't take care of our children without the federal government, the fact that we can't put our kids in school without the federal government is an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. This is a new thing. Department of Education, 1980s. Giving out all the cash, 1970s. Before that, somehow kids were educated, kids had moms and dads. Somehow this all worked. But Larry, it's a tougher time. It wasn't. The data's in. I know. The data is in. But Larry, you don't understand. It's our weakest people, our people most need. The black family was doing great in the 60s compared to now. The black family is destroyed compared to the 60s. I'm not making that up. Do your own homework. It's absolutely true. Now, most babies in America now are born out of wedlock. Did you know that? Most are now born out of wedlock. That wasn't happening in the 60s. It was happening in the 70s. It wasn't happening. But Larry, the pill. The pill came in the 60s, became mainstream in the 70s. Still, most kids were not born out of wedlock. Not a thing. Now, all over the place. Divorce everywhere. Broken everything. They shoved everybody into the workforce, grabbed a whole bunch of extra taxation, and gave us wars. That's what they did. They put everybody into the workforce and gave us wars. And she's like, yes, we have to fix this. No, fix the system. That shouldn't be true. She should be embarrassed. Why hasn't she fixed? She's been in Congress for a long time. What has she fixed? Hold on. Oh, right, nothing. Not a damn thing. She has fixed nothing, of course, but she's still mad because babies and stuff.
Is now at the mercy of Elon Musk.
At the mercy.
Maybe you get paid or maybe you don't, because now it appears that all of us work for Elon Musk.
Now, hold on. All of us, what you said, all of us work for Elon Musk. Okay, first off, I'm not getting paid. She assumes everyone gets paid by Elon Musk. I wish I worked for Elon Musk. I would charge that dude a lot of money for consulting. Elon, if you haven't been watching, dude, reach out, DM me on Twitter. Sorry, X, don't be mad at me. I meant X, Elon, don't be mad. Say DM me on X. I am happy to give you a proposal. I will charge you a lot of money, but I'll give you good value. I will. You'll get good value. So yes, 100%. Now we all work for Elon Musk. This is nothing but hyperbole bullshit. That's all it is. They just keep doing it. Each one of them did it. Why? Again, so she can absolutely have a commercial saying that. Yes, that's it. Yes.
Elon just grabbed the controls of our whole payment system, demanding the power to turn it on for his friends or turn it off for anyone he doesn't like.
See that?
One guy deciding who gets paid and who doesn't. It is not the law.
And the only problem she has with that is that one guy isn't her guy. That's her only problem. She's actually okay with this because that's the system we have. Think about that. What she's saying is that is our system. One guy can do this. How do I know this? He's supposedly doing it. So I guess that meant Biden was doing it before. So one guy can do it. Well, what if he can't do it? Well, then why do you care? You have a system where one guy can wreck everything. And like, yeah, the problem is the guy. No, the problem is the system, not the guy.
But it is the reality. Now
and you fixed this how? Hold on. Oh, right, you didn't.
There's
Sorry,
a second problem here.
Another problem.
It's not just payments from the federal government that are now in Elon's control.
Didn't she just have a 3 up? Hold on. Did I miss something here?
From your state government that uses federal money on that bridge project to the local Head Start that takes care of little kids while their mommies and daddies go to work is now at the mercy of Elon Musk.
Right. So Elon Musk is going to kill your kids.
Maybe you get paid.
Maybe.
Or maybe you don't. Because now it appears that all of us work for Elon Musk.
And he's going to clone Hitler.
Elon just grabbed the controls of our whole payment system.
Now, why can anyone do that? And if he actually did that, that means Biden had it before and then Trump did. Why don't you fix that?
Demanding the power to turn it on for his friends or turn it off for anyone.
I'm trying to find out. When did he tweet that? Did he X that? Did he post that? I demand to turn it on for my friends. I don't remember that. I think she just made that up too. I think she did.
He doesn't like one guy deciding who gets paid and who doesn't. It is not the law, but it is the reality.
Which you did not fix.
Now, there's a second problem.
Oh, she had a 3 up.
It's not just payments from the federal government that are now in Elon's control. Elon and his handful of friends now have full access to your personal and financial information.
Didn't they tell us this? Why do they keep telling us this? Because each one has to have their own commercial, right? You would think that if they'd done this right, each one would touch a different thing, but they don't because each one requires a commercial. Again, I wish I was making this up. Excuse me. Sorry. So each one of that is going to make each one's going to make their own commercial. That's the reason why. So, yeah, absolutely.
System, your payment history, your social security number, your bank account number.
Damn, I'm in trouble now.
Elon now has the power to suck out all of that information for his own use. Now, whether it's to boost his finances or expand his political power, it is all up to Elon.
But I get what you're saying. What has he said? Robert says, pausing all federal grants and loans so brother was a mistake. I agree. I wouldn't have done that. I think it was a bad idea. I agree with you. I believe Larry said it was a mistake too. I did. Because the impoundment was rescinded in less than 24 hours. The only harm was some late payments. Correct. Right, to insurance companies, health providers. Nobody was turned away from health services, correct, but it was a mistake, and the White House eventually admitted it. Now that they're being a little more focused with impounding funding, I still disagree. They should really analyze, close, and report. I'm with you, Robert. I am. I think you're correct. I don't think you should have done it. I think it was not a good idea. I agree with you, and I said that. I'm glad you remember that. I do think it was a bad idea. But I don't think they're going to clone Hitler, right? They're not going to clone Hitler. So, yes, it was a mistake, but they're not going to clone Hitler, and Elon Musk is going to take over the world and stop paying people whatever. That's not a thing. So you don't have to go here, is all I'm saying. But you are correct.
And there is a third problem. In order for this handful of programmers to gain access to our $6 trillion payment system, we don't know what safeguards were pulled down. Are the gates wide open now?
Why would you assume that Elon Musk, government contractor, people who have some of the savviest people on the planet, not joking, some of the savviest on the planet, why would you assume all of a sudden he pulled everything down? Why is the assumption bad faith? The assumption, this is the problem with all of this. This whole thing is basically one thing. Elon bad. That's what this is. Elon bad. That's all it is. It used to be Orange Man bad. Now it's Elon bad. They have no evidence for anything that he's done anything bad. He's changed anything. It's just Elon bad. Look at what he could do. Now, you would think, wait a minute, that they won't do that, Larry. They tried that with Trump, and they got their ass kicked. Correct. So what does that mean? They've learned nothing. Because in reality, they do have a tool. They do have a tool. And that tool is scolding. That's all they do is scold. And if you look at this election, and I told you this 3 months ago, the number one thing this election was about is, I'm tired of being scolded. Stop scolding me. The Democratic Party has been scolding Americans for years. I don't know how many, but many years, just scolding us. And initially we took it and we're like, oh my God, we're going to get canceled. I'm tired of getting, now we're like, I'm tired of being scolded. I don't care if you're mad. I don't care if I don't care. Good. I'm just going to walk away. Even Democrats are tired of being scolded. That's why they're not saying anything. Like, whatever. We're tired of being scolded. What did they learn? They come back scolding again. Literally, these guys are all lawyers. Where's your evidence? None. Their evidence is very simple. Elon bad.
For hackers from China, from North Korea, from Iran, from...
So did Elon Musk's SpaceX get hacked by people from North Korea? Did he get hacked from people from China? Did he get hacked? You've just told me that he takes money. You've just told me this. He gets all this money from America. Okay, if he gets all this money from America, which he does, he's a government grifter. No doubt he is. He's definitely a government grifter, 100%. Why would he destroy it? Why would he destroy the goose that lays the golden eggs? Does it make any sense at all? No, she doesn't know because she is utterly incompetent. Now, here's what's funny. She's actually very smart. You might not like her. I don't. But she's actually very smart. She is a smart person. She absolutely is. She's just so blinded by her own experience. She has no idea how business works or how people work. She does not know. I'm not making that up. She has no clue. Her answer is money bad, because money bad except when I make it. Then money good when I make it. That's it. That's as far as she goes. You're a billionaire, therefore you're bad. That's how she thinks. It is literally that simple. But she actually is a smart person. She's just so broken by her ideology that she says things that are insanely stupid. The first woman who came up there crying and whining about how evil Elon is was expressing how he grifts from the government. True. You can't deny it. True. Tons of government contracts. So now what's going to happen? She's going to decide, I'm going to destroy the goose that laid the golden eggs. Stop. Makes no sense at all.
Russia? Heck, who knows what black hat hackers all around the world are finding out about each one of us and copying that information for their own criminal uses.
Now let's look at what she just said. If Elizabeth Warren says, who knows if these black hat hackers are taking our information and using it for their evil ways? Why would you assume Elon Musk would do that? What evidence do you have that he would do that? Literally nothing. It's just Elon bad. So clearly he wants to kill your kids and destroy you, right? If anyone has a reason to hack somebody, it's to hack Elon Musk. I guarantee you, he has better security than the government does. I'm not joking when I say that. I'm sure he does. So he's better security than the government does. But he's going to give it away? Why? You just told me. You just told me that he is going to take money from the government. Why would he destroy that? Is he anti-American all of a sudden? He's trying to fix things. You may disagree with what he's fixing, but he's clearly trying to fix things. Clearly. But you don't say, here's what I'm worried about because here's the evidence. No, Elon bad, so he shouldn't have access. But you know who should have? Me and my cronies. What will I change? Nothing. As I said before, they are worried about their money. That's it. America is struggling. They have no answer. Elon might touch my money. Have a press conference, world ending.
Donald Trump and his billionaire buddies are determined to take over this government to make
Why do you
it work better for themselves and worse for everyone else?
The government has been making life worse for us for decades. You've been in charge for decades. What has been your answer? Nothing. Nothing.
And this is just the start. As we gear up for the tax fight, it will become even clearer that Trump will open the doors for his billionaires and giant corporations to find more ways to loot the government at your expense.
What do you...
Meanwhile, everyone else pays more for groceries, more for housing, more for prescription drugs.
Okay, they were paying more for housing. They were paying more for groceries. They were paying more for drugs when Biden was president. Weren't they? When you were in charge, weren't they? And what was your answer? I'm going to go back and remember. She did a whole thing on this, and her answer was, oh, wait, not a goddamn thing. Her answer was nothing. Her answer was, Orange Man bad. That was her answer. And now they're like, damn, Orange Man bad's not working. I know. South African man bad. That'll work. Of course. You got to swap out orange with South African man. South African man bad. Or billionaire man bad. Maybe just billionaire bad. BB, billionaire bad. Maybe BMB. Because it's got to be men, because women, of course, are perfect. Democratic Party, you can only insult men. So it's men are bad. So maybe it's billionaire men bad. Is that what it is? That's a new one. BMB, billionaire men bad. It's not no longer orange man bad. It's not OMB. It is now BMB, billionaire man bad. That's all it is. Why would he do that? What is your evidence? None. It's just, I'm mad, so therefore he will just do bad things. Terrible. Nothing but bad. This is an embarrassment. And she just keeps going. Why? Because she will absolutely have a commercial on this, and she'll raise money off it. Absolutely. All right.
And more for healthcare. When unelected billionaires start ransacking our government offices,
Who's ransacking government offices? Okay, if he is ransacking government offices, is he personally doing it? Like he came in with a bag and like a mask on? Is that what he did? Did Elon Musk come in? She said ransacking government offices. So he came in with a mask on and a bag, and maybe he had like a striped shirt, black and white striped shirt, maybe like a mask, he had that on. He came in and he was like, let me ransack these offices. Is that what happened? Or did he pay his thugs? And his thugs came in like Batman, like they had their names on the shirt, like Thug 1, Thug 2. And they came in and then started ransacking places. So she just said, if that's true, where is your warrant for his arrest? Why are you demanding that? You've just told me that. There is no warrant. There is nothing. Because you've been lying and exaggerating the entire time. You did it all last year, the year before that, and years before that. And now you've just changed your target. Because the only tool that you have, is you have a tool, you do have one, is insult, insult, insult. That's all you have. Exaggeration and lie. That's all you have. It is embarrassing. You've learned, Democrats, you've learned nothing. And you have a far left that is begging you to follow them, that is trying to give you some answers that the American people might listen to. Again, I'm not happy about it, but I'm being forward. People would listen to it. I'm going to ask you, if you're on the left right now, if you are, where's Medicare for all? Where's UBI? When are you supposed to do that for you? Where's that? Where's actual comprehensive healthcare reform? Where's that? You were supposed to get that, right? What about codifying Roe v. Wade? Where was that? Where was all that stuff? You're supposed to get all that, remember? You didn't get none of it. She was in charge. You got none of that. You got nothing. They told you they were doing. But you know who's still talking about that? The far left. Still talking about that. So would she go there? No, they're abandoning the far left. I'm not joking. They're abandoning the far left, who actually has answers. Again, I'm not saying I like the answers, but if you got answers, people will listen. They don't have any. Their answer is status quo. And this is Warren. Look at all the people who are supposed to be great for Democrats, and look at them all sell out. Warren, sell out. Bernie, sell out. AOC, sell out. All sellouts, every one of them. I don't know how you can be a Democrat. I get why people are leaving. They've all sold you out. And that's why people are going to the far left. Or they're going to the right. They're either going Republican, saying, holding their nose, going Republican, or they're going far left. Because they have no answers. They're all sellouts. Elizabeth Warren, sellout. Clearly, so obvious, they've just sold out. And even Bernie sold out. I used to like Bernie. Sellout. I used to respect him at least.
This is not business as usual. Nope. Nothing is normal. We are living a nightmare created.
It's not a night. We've been living a nightmare for years. Do you understand that we aren't getting married anymore? Do you get that? We can't buy houses anymore. We can't survive on one job anymore. Do you understand that? You talk the trash all day long about it, but you didn't do anything about it. That's the problem. This didn't happen because Trump became president. That shit's been happening for years. And you had no answer. And now Americans are like, I don't care what we do. I can't pay my rent. I can't have a decent lifestyle. I don't care. I don't care.
By Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and we need to wake up. We need to use every tool we have to fight back.
You don't have any tools. Stop with your tools. We have to fight back, wake up. Well, you been asleep for the past 10 years? Where you been for 10 years? A little late. You should have woke up like 10 years ago. You should have woke up like 10 years ago, and you had tools back then. You had Obama. Remember that? You had Mr. Smooth. You had Mr. Smooth. Nobody was smoother than Obama since Clinton. You had Mr. Smooth, and you completely blew it. That's not my fault. That's your fault. You had him right there, Mr. Smooth. You didn't use him. Why? Because all you cared about was you getting paid, and you sold out. Absolutely. Jazz says they're trying to rob the American people to go riots in the streets. They want civil unrest. Sad that they've even said it openly. They've said it openly. They actually want that. They've said that. I'm not making, Jazz is correct. They actually said that. That's like they said it. Correct. Yes, they said it. This didn't all of a sudden happen when Trump won. It wasn't like, oh, okay, now Trump's here. Now life sucks. Life has sucked for years. Mike, they said it. Then we have good old Hakeem calling for violence. Yes, while denouncing, Phil, Jazz, everyone's on board with you. Yep, 100% Jazz. They're all on board with you. They all get it. You are correct. Absolutely correct. 100%. They just keep doing this. It's terrible. Lunatic, how are you, sir? Thank you for being a member. All this virtue signaling. Yes, absolutely. So let me, if I could, ask you if I could have, we're almost done, but I do want to do one thing before we get there. Please click the button known as like Lima, India, Kilo, Echo. Please do that. If you haven't shared already, please do so. Every time you share, it gives me more and more of a chance for people to see what's going on. It does matter. If you want to haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter and X and Rumble. I'm on all the things. Please follow me on all of them. It's how I get this out, by going in so many places. Please, if you can, always super chat me. Super chat me on YouTube if you want to, or rant me on Rumble. Membership is key. You see, I go to the members as fast as I can. I try to get their comments right away to the best of my ability. Become a member, $49 per month. Click that join button on YouTube or on Rumble, either one, whichever you like. You can click subscribe during the live or click join on YouTube, either one of this if you want to. So please do that if you could. All right, we're almost done.
And in the Senate, we can start by saying no to dangerous Trump nominees like Tulsi Gabbard and Russ Vought.
So to be clear, she wrapped it up with, we have the first one said we have to have bipartisan work together. And she's like, say no to these people. Why? Because Tulsi Gabbard's going to stop it? If you get rid of Tulsi Gabbard, then everything's wonderful. Then it's all awesome. Yeah, no, that's just her. She ain't got no tools. Her and the damn tools. She had tools. John says they not only had President Obama, but a filibuster-proof Congress 2 years. Yes. Yes. Thank you, John. They had Mr. Smooth. They didn't use him. Absolutely. Kim says, thank you for being a member, Kim. Just say no. Wasn't that Laura Bush? Yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh, that's Nancy Reagan. I think it was Nancy Reagan. I think just it was Nancy Reagan. That's right. Yes. Phil says, keep Tulsi's name out of your dirty mouth. Yes. That's good. Lunatic. Yep, Nancy Reagan. I thought it was. Thank you for that, Lunatic. I appreciate that. All right. She's done. I think we are done for this,
That's
right?
it for me. Go ahead.
All right.
I just want
look at this dude. Like, God damn it. Like, this guy has power. Like, look.
all of you
Like,
to imagine yourself a foreign correspondent.
Yes.
How would you cover this if this were in South America or Central America?
They would laugh in your face. This happened already. It happened in El Salvador and it happened in Argentina. It already happened. And the outcome was good in both places. Relatively. I want to be clear. There were absolute problems. Yes, there were. But overall, it's working in both Argentina and El Salvador. So it already happened. You moron. Buy some better glasses, whatever. Learn how to tie your tie. I don't know, you got to do something. Get a bit of haircut. I don't know. All the things. Do something, dude.
Or sub-Saharan Africa. How would the coverage change?
We already saw it. God, guys.
If you don't like an agency,
yeah.
If you don't like a spending provision,
yes,
propose a bill, pass a law.
Now you can't do that because the system that this retard put together doesn't allow you to. The only way you can vote on a bill is, I use the R word, I'm sorry, but he just is one. I'm sorry, it is. Anyway, they're gonna cancel me for that. I get canceled, I don't care. Anyway, the point is, this moron, this guy put a system together to where you can't get a bill to vote unless, and I'm not making this up, unless the Speaker of the House lets you. That's it. I'm not joking. That's how the system works. The parties took over the system. So I have an idea. I think this law is bad. I'm going to oppose it. The Speaker of the House goes, no, but I got elected. I'm elected, so I'm special. You are special, you're elected, so I'm going to propose this. No. Why? Because that's the rule we just made up. I'm not joking. That's the rule they made up. So you actually can't just do what he just said. Not just that. Once you do it, you can't do it in the Senate either. Why? Filibuster. You don't like it, change the law. Why haven't you changed the law? Literally. Why haven't you changed the law in the past 40 years, you fucking moron? You horrible human being. Why haven't you done that? You haven't. Just change the law. That's easy, right? It takes billions of dollars, and the people who actually change the laws are the wealthy, the billionaires. They're the ones who change the law, not us. We can't. It's impossible. I can't get a goddamn ballot in my state. So please stop with your privileged horseshit. You are a privileged moron. Just change the law. Shut the fuck up. I want to smack you in your mouth. That is how bad I feel. That is such an insult to every American who has no control over their government. Don't you understand why you're losing? Because we fucking hate you. That's the reason. Because we hate you. Why? Because you hate us. That's why we don't care if we break it down. That woman who actually came out after George Floyd, if you remember that one, I forgot her name. They were talking about burning down the towns and cities. And she came out and she said truth. Now, some of you may not like that, but it was true. When they said, why are you burning down this place? What was her answer? She said, we don't own this shit. That's what she said. We don't care. We don't own it. And she was right. In her neighborhood, other people own it. Others do. Asians own it. People who live someplace else. Immigrants own it. They don't own it. I don't care if this thing burns down. I don't own it. We don't own it. If we owned it, we would care. We don't own it. Hacks like you own it. That's why you care. You didn't give a shit while Americans, literally 100,000 or more Americans die every year because of addiction. You didn't care when people are getting thrown out of their homes. You didn't care. You didn't care when we aren't happy, when we can't get good jobs. We have to actually literally have 3 or 4 jobs to survive in this country. You didn't care. What'd you care about? Elon Musk is touching my money. You don't like it? You know what? Change the law. Well, why didn't you change the law? Don't you care about these people? No. You care about your money. That's all you care about. You are a human piece of garbage. You only care about money and nothing else. You don't care. If you cared, you would have changed the laws a long time ago. You and Warren and Bernie, you guys have had power forever. And what have you done? Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing. I'm sorry I get so upset, but the smugness in this piece of shit just drives me crazy. Change the law. Like that's so goddamn easy. Like this is done. Just change it. Why didn't you? Aren't you the one in charge? Now you care because Elon got your money. You don't like that. You don't like that. Now you care.
That is so foundational to the American system of government.
No, it isn't. Stop lying. When's the last time that's happened?
That I don't want to race past this idea that you can wave away a federal law because you don't like it.
You can't, you will not allow us to change it. Breathe, breathe. Mike, you're right. I'm going to breathe. You're right. Mike is telling me to breathe. Mike is correct. I should breathe. Yes, I'm going to breathe. Phil says, Harry has more PTSD from politics than Marine Corps. True. True. Absolutely. Okay. I'm going to be calm here now. Thank you, Mike. You were correct. I'm breathing now. Okay. What he said makes zero sense. We can't change the laws. We don't. And when you make it to where you can't change the law, you give us no option but to break it. This guy, what this guy would do, he's the guy, I'm not joking, this guy, he would be returning slaves to the southern states. Let me say it again. This guy would be returning slaves to southern states. Well, slaves, if you don't like the law, change the law, slaves. That's what this moron would do. Like, it's the law, so I'm just going to, I'm going to give the slaves back into slavery. Well, what? Well, slavery's wrong. But it's the law. That's part of America. Just change the law. Wow. This guy would literally tell the slavers where the slaves are hiding. He would do that. That's what a piece of garbage this guy is. I want you to understand that. That's what he would do. Phil says this guy is big snitch energy, 100%. Why? Because he's privileged. The people who talk about privilege are the most privileged. Guaranteed. If you're talking about people, check your privilege, you are the most privileged. 100%. Lunatic Libertarian, he's back, of course, and he's spicy. Larry, don't mention the Holocaust to this guy. I will, because this guy is the law. He's calling the Germans on Anne Frank. It's to change the law, Dan. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Change the law. That's it. Change the law. That's all. Sorry, Anne. Off to the Nazis. It's the law is the law. That's this idiot. And he says it proudly. Why? Because no one will check him. Because no one will check him. Because he can do it. No one will check him. He'll just keep saying it. Every guy who talks about privilege is the most privileged. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
And so it is both an outrage and an illegal act, but it also gives us some confidence. And the public should have some confidence. The law here is absolutely on the side of the American people being in control.
No, it isn't. We're not in control. Literally, Marco Rubio said that they're giving out money, not paying attention to what Americans want. He literally said that. They're not in control. He's lying. Who's in control? He is.
Of taxpayer funds through the Congress.
Congress, yes.
Congress.
Through the Congress. Thank you. He's in control. We're not. We don't want less money going overseas.
And so they are depending on some sort of sense of swagger and inevitability.
Look how smug he is. Swag and inevitability. The reason why Trump is president, number one, there's many reasons, but the reason why he's president again, number one reason. And the reason why RFK Jr. has any chance of doing anything is because of one thing: tenacity. They don't stop. They don't stop. Trump does not stop. RFK Jr. does not stop. They don't stop. This guy would get his ass kicked by either of those two guys. It's not even close. This guy's been so privileged. I don't even know him, but I can look at him. Guy's never worked hard. Doesn't know what swagger is. The reason why he hates the swagger is because this homeboy has none. This guy's got no swagger. This guy got beat up by guys with swagger in school. That's why he went and got power. He got power in D.C. because without it, he probably couldn't get friends, if he even has any, right? I know I'm insulting him. I'm sorry. I am. And I'm being personal because he's personally insulting me. And if I was in the debate stage with him, I would rip him to shreds. Even if I lost the debate. Even if I lost the debate. Wouldn't care. Would not care. Absolutely. So Ryan says, sorry, Igor, off to the gulag. Yes, the law, Igor. What are you going to do? Mastermind Howard says, this guy's what you get if you order Rob Schneider on Temu. Yeah, we're all Temu victims. It's true. We're Temu victims. 100%. Yes, absolutely. Lunatic says, family connections got him in his position. I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that at all. I think you made it right on that one. All right. I'm sorry,
To
guys. I'm giving you so
storm
much.
into buildings.
Storm into
and take
buildings
over
again.
the servers.
Taking over
And
stuff.
to run the databases.
Yep.
And to relieve people of their duties. Like this is some hostile takeover of a tech company.
So why aren't you ordering his arrest?
This is your government.
No, it isn't. It's yours. I have no control over it.
And you can hate parts of it and love parts of it and be neutral about other parts of it, but it's still your government.
No, it isn't. You made that up.
And the way a person expresses their views about spending is by electing a member of Congress.
Or a president. Yes. Phil says, it's hilarious. You can take over a building if you don't work from home. Phil, you're killing me, brother. You're killing me. If I drop dead tonight, Phil, it's your fault. You're going to be the guy who killed Larry Sharpe. It's you. It's your fault. He says, Sharpe swag for days. I appreciate that. That is good. I'm going to blame you. Andrea says, this dude doesn't have any swagger. He's so jelly. He's trying to be funny. He's like, see, I'm cool now. Dude, you're not cool. Stop. You're not cool. You're not cool. Get a bit of haircut. Maybe you got a shot. Maybe. But no, absolutely not. Yeah, you're not cool. Sorry. Not going to work, brother. You're not cool.
Who believes what they believe. And so if anyone in the Trump administration wants to modify the spending law that was enacted, you got to come back to Congress and modify the law that was enacted.
All right, I'm going to stop with him. I have one more short piece I'm going to show. This is a short one, and then I'll stop punishing you. But this is a short one I do want to put up here real fast. This is Marco Rubio talking about why literally, hold on. So if I can find it here, can I find Marco Rubio? Hold on, let's see if I can find Marco Rubio. There, yeah, let me just grab Marco real fast. Talking about this same thing if I could. This is what Rubio said about this. Let me grab this piece if I could. So maybe I'll get some good, decent sleep tonight and I'll catch up. We'll see. But I got a show tomorrow too anyway. All right, but here we go. What are we doing here? Let's see. Here we go.
Cuts he touted during the presidential campaign. But today, Secretary of State Marco Rubio had this to say when asked about USAID.
Yeah, there are things that USAID, that we do through USAID, that we should continue to do, and we will continue to do.
See?
But everything they do has to be in alignment with the national interest in the foreign policy of the United States. And
but that's not what the other guy said. He said that we have all the power and the control, and it's all working. That's what he said. What's going on? Who's wrong?
The attitude that USAID has adopted over the years is, no, we are independent of the national interest.
Yes.
We fund programs irrespective of whether it's aligned or not aligned with the foreign policy.
True.
That's ridiculous. These
True.
are taxpayer dollars. Every penny that we spend in foreign aid needs to be in furtherance and aligned with the national interest in the foreign policy of the United States.
I hate to say I agree with Marco Rubio, because I really do. This one is right. Yes. So now he's establishment. This is Republican establishment, right? And he's saying that. Republican establishment is like, you can't just do that. Why? Because I told you this months ago. You guys, some of you didn't believe me. I told you this months ago. Trump and his people had to make deals with the Republican establishment to make sure they don't lose their money. And clearly he did. Or Rubio will be fighting this too, right? He's not. Because he's going to get his cut. He's good. He's going to get his cut, right? So he's fine. That's why he's charged military-industrial complex. Him and his people are going to be fine, right? Democrats are scared. I told you Democrats would be scared last year, right? I told you their job is checks from Uncle Joe. Well, checks from Uncle Joe might go away. What am I doing now? Nothing. They are in trouble, and that is my issue. I showed you guys a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff, I know. And I don't want you to be upset, but do me a favor, please. Click the button known as Lima, India, Kilo, Echo. I know I've asked you more than once. Please do it. Every time you do it, it does matter. Mr. Rhythm, Al Gore Rhythm, that guy, he does like it. So please do that if you would. If you haven't shared it or reposted it, please do that. Wherever you can put it into a Facebook group, whatever the case may be. If you happen to be watching this on Larry Sharpe YouTube, remember that's a restream on Larry Sharpe YouTube. It is live on Sharpeway. There's a reason for that, but I'll tell you probably in about a year. Anyway, also please subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already, and follow me on Facebook, X, and Rumble. All of them, please do that. It does matter. It's important. I know I bug you, but it does matter. So Mastermind says, did they stop all production in the factory for this press conference? Probably yes. Probably yes. Phil says laughter is the best medicine. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But I think sleep would actually help a whole lot more. I have to work on that. That has been my biggest problem, is sleep. And later, the Liberty Lady has been bugging me on that to get some sleep. She has been. She's been trying. And I need to spend more time doing that. Lunatic says, cayenne pepper, baking soda, turmeric, garlic, raw red onion. I actually have garlic every day, turmeric every day. And I have onion every day. Had some today. And I have sauerkraut every day. I don't have cayenne pepper and baking soda. Maybe I should try that. But yeah, I will get it going. I will make things better. Honey with red onion. Too many carbs in that honey, brother. Too many carbs in that. Guys, I'm going to say thank you so much for giving me your time tonight. I hope I gave you something interesting and fun. I hope it made sense what I was saying. And in addition, I will be back on tomorrow at 1 p.m. live on the radio if you want to call in. And again, tomorrow at 7, as long as I don't have to go to court tomorrow. I may be in court tomorrow, or maybe Wednesday. I might, but I'm hoping that I won't be, so I'll be on a show then. I'll be doing some more collabs coming up here too, some more of that also, so we can get some more collabs going. I haven't done as many of those as I could. I hope that you guys are enjoying that. Do me one small favor. Tell me one thing that drove you the most nuts about what you heard today. Put that in the comments after this is over. I will see you all very soon.